Imagine this. You're standing on the biggest stage in the world. 118 million people watching live. You're singing Firework, your career at its absolute peak.
You took my life, dream it down forever.
In that moment, you're not just a pop star. You're the most powerful woman in music. That was Katy Perry in 2015. But fast forward less than a decade, and the same superstar who once owned the charts, the tours, the headlines, has almost disappeared from pop culture. So the question is, how do you go from being the queen of pop to becoming an afterthought in the very industry you once ruled? This is the rise, fall, and uncertain future of Katy Perry. The early struggles. Before she was Katy Perry, she was Katherine Hudson, a preacher's daughter from Santa Barbara. She grew up singing in church, dreaming of making it big. But her first attempts in music failed miserably. Her debut album, a Christian rock record, sold less than 200 copies. Labels dropped her. She bounced from one deal to another, trying to find her place. Most artists would have quit, but Katy refused. She rebranded herself, changed her sound, and by 2008, she had her breakthrough with I Kissed a Girl. It was bold, it was controversial, and it was exactly what the music industry needed. That single launched her into stardom, but nobody could have predicted just how far she was about to go. Teenage Dream arrives, and suddenly, Katy Perry isn't just a star, she's a phenomenon. 5 number-1 singles, a record only Michael Jackson had achieved before her. Every song was inescapable. California Girls, E.T., Last Friday Night, Firework, Teenage Dream. The visuals were candy-coated, neon-soaked, and larger than life. Katy became the ultimate pop fantasy. Quirky, fun, and endlessly marketable. Her tours were massive, her brand deals were everywhere, and her personality made her relatable. For a while, it seemed like there was no ceiling. But here's the secret nobody tells you. At the peak of fame, the countdown to decline quietly begins. By 2014, the music landscape was changing. Pop wasn't just about big hooks anymore. Audiences were craving something deeper, darker, more experimental. Lady Gaga pivoted into stripped-down ballads, and later, A Star Is Born. Taylor Swift shifted gears with 1989 and then Reputation. Rihanna dropped Anti, a critically acclaimed reinvention, and soon, Billie Eilish would redefine pop entirely with her whispery, haunting sound. But Katy, she stayed in the same candy-colored world she had built, and slowly, what once felt fresh began to feel outdated. In 2015, Katy Perry headlined the Super Bowl halftime show. It was one of the most watched performances in history. Left Shark became a cultural meme. For many, this was her career peak. Because after that dazzling show, Katy Perry's momentum began to shift. Witness the downfall. 2017 was supposed to be Katy's reinvention. She cut her hair, changed her image, and released Witness. But the album bombed. Critics called it confused, fans called it desperate. Songs like Bon Appetit and Swish Swish were designed to feel edgy, but instead, they became internet jokes. The quirky charm that once defined her videos was gone. Instead, people saw shock value without substance. Her feud with Taylor Swift didn't help either. While Taylor came out stronger, Katy looked like she was struggling to stay relevant. And in pop, once the public turns on you, the fall is fast. Persona problem. Cringe over cool. It wasn't just the music, it was Katy herself. Her new short blonde hair symbolized reinvention, but fans didn't see the Katy they loved anymore. Her playful personality turned awkward. On American Idol, clips of her weird jokes went viral for the wrong reasons. She wasn't seen as quirky, she was seen as cringe. And in today's internet culture, perception can kill a career faster than chart positions. The rise of new stars. At the same time, New stars were dominating the space she once owned. Ariana Grande became the new pop powerhouse. Billie Eilish captured an entire generation with her authenticity. Dua Lipa reinvented disco pop for a modern era. Olivia Rodrigo exploded with Sour, defining teen angst for Gen Z. Katy wasn't leading the charge anymore. She was watching from the sidelines. Smile, the failed comeback. In 2020, Katy released Smile. It was supposed to mark her triumphant return, but instead it barely made a ripple. The world had changed. TikTok was shaping the charts, streaming dictated success, and Katy's polished pop didn't fit the algorithm. Her singles didn't dominate. The album underperformed. And once again, critics dismissed it. It wasn't just that she wasn't at the top, she wasn't even in the conversation. Personal battles. Behind the scenes, Katy admitted she battled depression after Witness failed. She described feeling broken. But personally, she found happiness. Her relationship with Orlando Bloom, the birth of their daughter in 2020, and her new focus on family. Fans admired her honesty, but in the ruthless world of pop, personal growth doesn't always equal public relevance. Las Vegas, a safe haven. By 2021, Katy launched her Las Vegas residency, Play. The show was colorful, nostalgic, and a celebration of her biggest hits. Fans loved it. But here's the reality. Vegas is often where stars go when their hit-making days are behind them. It's about celebrating the past, not shaping the future. Katy Perry was no longer the face of modern pop, she was the face of pop nostalgia. Legacy versus present. And that's where Katy Perry stands today. On one hand, she's a legend. On the other hand, she's absent from the charts, absent from cultural dominance, and struggling to find her place in a new era of music. Her career collapse isn't just about one bad album. It's about failing to reinvent fast enough in an industry that punishes hesitation. But here's the question that refuses to go away. Is Katy Perry truly finished? Or is this just another chapter in a story waiting for its biggest twist yet? Because if history has taught us anything, it's that stars who burn the brightest often rise from the ashes in ways no one saw coming. Think about it. Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, even Miley Cyrus. Every one of them was declared over at some point. Yet somehow, they turned their lowest points into massive comebacks. So what about Katy? Will she accept the role of a nostalgic 2010s pop icon, remembered only for past hits? Or will she pull off a reinvention so powerful that it silences every critic who wrote her off? That's the mystery. That's the cliffhanger. And maybe, just maybe, the best part of Katy Perry's story hasn't even been written yet. And if you found yourself hooked to this story, then trust me, you're in the right place. Because here at FamLaura, we uncover the hidden truths, untold stories, and shocking rises and falls of the biggest names in entertainment. We go deeper than the headlines. We show you the drama, the struggles, and the comebacks that the mainstream media never fully tells you about. So if you want more eye-opening stories just like this one, don't just watch and leave. Hit that like button, subscribe to FamLaura, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping story. Because the world of fame is full of secrets, and at FamLaura, we're here to tell you every single one of them.